This should be it. This should be it. Y'all let me know if y'all can, y'all let me know if y'all can see me live. All right, y'all let me know if y'all can see me live. Oh, it's not about being clear on Zoom. I'm talking about YouTube. YouTube is the most important thing that I have. All right, more important than Zoom, because this is where I stream my show. All right, so just want to make sure we're good. All right, we should be live on YouTube now. I think we are good to go. Let me check over here. All right, cool. So we are live on YouTube. All right, so we had a little bit of a technical difficulty, a technical glitch. If y'all can go over and just let some folks know that we are live, let them know that we had a little technical difficulty and a little technical glitch, but we are live, direct and in full effect. All right, welcome to our call. This is episode number 254. And it's entitled HBAR ETF, filed by Grayscale. Could HBAR be added to the crypto strategic reserve? You know, we're going to dive into that thought, into that mindset. We're going to dive a little bit into XRP and some things that I came across, over the last couple of days. I'm not sure. You might want to turn your volume up because I have my mic on, so I definitely don't think my voice is low. It's definitely the same setting as always. All right. So if you're not able to hear my voice, just make sure maybe you go out and come back in, because it's probably something to do with your mic. Okay. With that being said, right now the crypto market is down, obviously, so we have blood in the streets. The market cap is at $2.74 trillion. Okay, Bitcoin on the last day is down 8%. Ethereum's down 10. XRP's down 10.5. Solana's down 14. Cardano's down 18. Doge is down 11. Right. HBAR is only down 8. So out of all of them, HBAR is the only one that is, not as down as much. Chainlink's down 16, Stellar's down 13, Avalanche 15. So, SUI 20. So the largest companies in the United States, are all really have tanked. Okay, so right now would be a brilliant time to get in the market. We are going into what we call extreme fear. And there's certain reasons for that, right? It's certain reasons as to why we're moving into extreme fear and panic mode. And, we'll talk about that as we move forward today. Wanted to just go over to our chart here with Bitcoin. Well, actually, the total crypto market cap first, and actually take a look. We can remove this day because the only thing that turned around on this day was the crypto market going down. Okay, so my life definitely didn't change there, but that was because that was marked off for March, and what was going to happen in March was the ISO 20022 announcement and compliance from banks. Well, there was a lot of stuff that was still needed to be developed, I'm pretty sure, and so they pushed that back to, I believe, June or July. So banks have an extended period, and typically that happens. Even if you look at crypto projects like Pi Network, right? Pi Network, if you guys have not done your mainnet account, and set everything up with your KYC and all of that stuff, especially if you have if you've been mining Pi over the years, right? Even Pi Network has given grace periods, right? So it really showed me that in the financial space, and traditionally, you're used to getting these grace periods, right? And stuff like that. So I think that we're getting that same exact grace period. And I believe that's what's happening for crypto right now. Crypto is giving us a grace period, right? I choose to look at it like that, right? You can look at it in two ways. You can look at the pullback as, man, I'm losing money, or you can look at it as an opportunity. You can look at it as a blessing, right? And I look at this fall right here as a blessing, because what if it went up? What if this same move had been going up and it pushed Bitcoin to 130,000, 140,000, it pushed XRP to over $3, to $4, to $5, right? Would you be ready? You know, you got to ask yourself that question. If XRP were to go to $5, $6, $7, $8 right now, are you ready? Right? And if you're not ready, if HBAR were to push to $2, $3 right now, are you ready for that type of movement? Have you accumulated low enough of it where you can be happy with the gains, and see some results, that is all perspective, right? But today we're going to dive into it. Again, man, come on in. Thank you so much, YouTube, for tapping back in. I'm sorry that we had that little bit of inconvenience, but it is okay because we are good to go. Okay, we are live. Now, Trump, this is from the Wall Street Journal, Trump's tariff. So if you were wondering, what is this fall in the market have to do with? Well, I've talked about this before. Trump is one of the most uncertain presidents that we have, right? He's one of those presidents that is filled with the most uncertainty. So we've been bouncing the idea of tariffs off of Canada, Mexico, China for quite some time, right? And so the Trump's tariffs on Canada and Mexico are to take effect with added duties on China. Okay, so what are we talking about? President Trump's 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada took effect first thing on Tuesday. Okay, so that was today. Canada responded with plans to impose a 25% tariffs on nearly $100 billion of U.S. imports, and Mexico's president said it will also retaliate with a range of moves to be announced Sunday. The U.S. also introduced an extra 10% tariff on Chinese imports overnight, adding to a levy imposed a month ago and other existing duties. China swiftly announced retaliatory tariffs on U.S. ag goods and other measures against American companies. Beijing also filed a lawsuit with the World Trade Organization. So as y'all can see, there is a lot of stuff happening geopolitically right now, and Donald Trump is the master, right? He is the head master in charge. This man is a businessman. He's making business moves, and it doesn't really, and we'll see how things play out. Now I'm gonna show you guys how things are playing out. Let's go over here to this quick clip from Donald Trump talking about what he's planning to impose, on people if they don't abide. Well, he's talking about countries. Listen up.
My message to every business in the world is very simple. Come make your product in America, and we will give you among the lowest taxes of any nation on earth. We're bringing them down very substantially, even from the original Trump tax cuts. But if you don't make your product in America, which is your prerogative, then very simply, you will have to pay a tariff, differing amounts, but a tariff which will direct hundreds of billions of dollars and even trillions of dollars into our treasury to strengthen our economy and pay down debt.
So bring your companies, fuel America. That's what Donald Trump wants, right? To stay on top, to erase this debt the best way that he can. Well, here goes the response from the CEO of a Taiwanese semiconductor company. They just officially announced a $100 billion investment into the United States. They will build 3 new manufacturing plants in Arizona and produce their most powerful chips there. Pay attention.
MC is the world's largest chip manufacturing, founded by Dr. Morris Chen in 1987. It's now at the forefront of semiconductor technology, supporting AI advancement and industry growth. In fact, I would like to wind back the time that in 2020, we have to thank President Trump's vision and his support. So TSMC start the journey of establishing the advanced chip manufacturing in Arizona. And now, let me proudly say, now the vision become reality. In Phoenix, Arizona, with 3,000 employees, we are producing the most advanced chip made on U.S. soil. With the success of our first fab, so we are now very happy to announce we are going to invest additional $100 billion in addition to our current $65 billion investment in Arizona. We are going to build 3 more new fabs after we promised 3 fabs already, and another 2 very advanced packaging fab, and most important, R&D center also in Arizona. For this, all the investment, $165 billion, is going to create thousands of the high-paid jobs, as the president just announced. And we are, most important, actually, we are going to produce many AI chips. We're going to produce many chips to support the AI progress and to support the smartphones progress.
All right. So to support the smartphones, the production of these phones, stuff like that. So when everybody's worried about, you know, the production happening in China and these other countries and the tariffs that they can impose, you got to realize that, you know, in order for President Trump to be able to make this statement, I mean, again, y'all, we are moving back into the era where goods and services are built and they're made and they're delivered here in the United States, right? And I love that idea, right? Thousands of high-paying jobs coming into the United States from this, right? So, you know, if you're looking and saying, man, I want to have a change of career, I want to get into something different, you know, I want to, you know, I want to build something new. Maybe you want to start looking into how do you get into this space of chip technology, semiconductors, you know, and how can you get yourself one of these jobs? You know, I don't know what you all skill sets are, but, you know, there's plenty of things and online tests and quizzes and certifications that you could take, you know, to be able to have this type of shift in your everyday, the way that you know, go to work and do business, right? So in your career. So, you know, just an idea of some things that you could take a look at. Now, as you all have heard everywhere, Trump named the cryptocurrencies in the strategic reserve. He named 5. He really named 3, and he forgot about 2. But the 3 that he named was XRP, Solana, and Cardano. And if y'all haven't noticed, he named XRP first, right? So I'm really excited to dive into this portion of our show because what we're going to see here is well, I was going to show this, but it actually started over. But this is Anthony Pompliano. I had a clip in here from him where he said, we were promised a strategic Bitcoin reserve, not a smattering of altcoins. He said, I will benefit financially from the proposed structure, and I still think it is a bad idea. So you have, you know, Anthony Pompliano, who is a extreme Bitcoin maxi. Right now, what we're experiencing is Bitcoin maxis upset at an all-time high, y'all. I mean, they are disgusted, right? They are taking their support away from Donald Trump, right? And one of the Bitcoin maxis that, you know, is leading.
Were you surprised that
is leading the charge for Bitcoin maxis is Mr. Michael Saylor. And here's a quick interview with him on CNBC. You might not be able to see the video that well, but you at least can listen in. So listen up.
in the announcement over the weekend, the president mentioned other smaller coins like XRP, Solana, and Cardano, as well as Bitcoin for the strategic crypto fund?
I'm not surprised. I mean, I think there's no way to interpret this other than this is bullish for Bitcoin and is bullish for the entire U.S. crypto industry. You know, there are conservatives that view the right path forward as just a Bitcoin only policy because Bitcoin is a commodity, an asset without an issue or a neutral asset, and there's no controversy. But the president's adopted a more liberal economic policy, and that's his right. He's president of the United States.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you would have preferred it, though, if it was a Bitcoin only fund.
You know, I believe that the best thing for the country is to move forward with an enlightened, progressive policy toward digital assets. I think it's worth $100 trillion to the United States, and ultimately, there's four different assets that people need to come to grips with: a digital commodity like Bitcoin, an asset without an issuer, backed by digital power; a digital currency like a stable coin, backed by a fiat currency equivalent; a digital security, an asset with an issuer backed by a stock or a bond so we can tokenize Wall Street; and then a digital token, which is an asset with an issuer that's backed by digital utility. I think everybody's trying to come to grips with that taxonomy. And as the market gets more educated, we're going to see more progressive, constructive policy engagement.
Were you surprised?
Uh-oh. Where is Zatrick? Hey, Zatrick, where my clip at, man? We almost there, bro. Remember, I told y'all Michael Saylor was going to make a public apology about all the stuff he talked about XRP and all these other assets and being such a Bitcoin maxi. He's going to make that apology. That was the beginning of it right there. I know y'all remember when I told Zatrick to get that clip. Zatrick, hold tight, man. Pull the clip out. We might need it soon. All right. Now, I want to go over to this article, okay, from a website called Central Banking, okay? This is one of the largest websites for central banks. I want y'all to read right here. It says, Fed researchers unveil a more secure payment system model. It's called Byzantine Fault Tolerant System that can process 110,000 transactions per second. So you're probably like, Vincent, where have I heard of this Byzantine fault tolerant system before, Vincent? I mean, where is that? Where is that even a thing, right? And so if you scroll down, it says that they found a greater security for payments. And this thing, you know, was written after their model called the Heraclius, which was the former emperor of Byzantium, okay? But check this out right here, y'all. Okay, now let's move on to this next slide right here. So BFTs, which is what Byzantine fault tolerance, okay? Game-changing role in digital payments. So when you think of BFTs, you think of XRP, XLM, and HBAR. So the Federal Reserve recently threw its weight behind these new BFTs, and it's a massive nod for the future of digital payments. BFT is now recognized as a linchpin for secure transactions, particularly for cryptocurrencies like XRP, XLM, and HBAR. Okay, it says let's break down why BFT matters. Okay, its benefits, etc. Right? So, but we don't need to go through this entire thing. I just wanted to point to you guys the fact, okay, that the Federal Reserve officially embraces the BFT, cementing XRP, XLM, and HBAR's role in secure payments. The Federal Reserve's research reveals that this model is superior to other consensus mechanisms like proof of work or proof of stake, making it the most viable choice for high-speed, secure financial transactions. This recognition is crucial because not all cryptocurrencies use BFT, yet the Federal Reserve has specifically studied and validated its advantages. Given that XRP, XLM, and HBAR are also ISO 20022 compliant, aligning them with international financial messaging standards, it makes perfect sense for the largest central bank to integrate with the most scalable, secure, and compliant digital assets. So, family, it all boils down to the big three: XRP, XLM, and HBAR. Now, if we go through some of this stuff that was screenshot, I tried to find this original document, and I was having some issues finding it, so I just had to use what I found on Twitter. But Ripple and Stellar use a federated voting process that is variant of the BFT tolerance consensus model, okay? So, and then if you look right here, blockchain versus hash graph. So we've talked about this before, but just a little bit more. You know, the name of the company is Hedera Hashgraph. And if you really went and did the research on Hedera Hashgraph, you would know that Hedera Hashgraph actually is not even a blockchain company. It's its own tech, right? When we say alien technology isn't just about going into outer space. Alien is something that is unknown, right? An alien, think about it, an illegal alien. If an alien came here to the United States, we would look at it like, man, what is that? Oh, that's an alien. We've never seen that before. Hashgraph is an alien. It's something it's something of the likes we've never seen before. And if you read right here, I'm gonna scroll in a little bit, but it says asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance, the highest level of security for a distributed network. So this entire time, Hedera Hashgraph has been the highest level of security, right, for anything dealing with DLT, okay? Now, one of my favorite people on Twitter, who I like, he's a software engineer, and he also has my name. His name is Vincent Van Code, okay? He says, who will the U.S. government use to custody all of their strategic crypto reserve, right? I want y'all to really think about that. Who do y'all think the United States is going to choose to be able to do that? So I went over to ChatGPT and I actually asked this question. I said, which company will custody the strategic crypto reserve for the U.S.? And, you know, it talked about the announcement of, you know, the Big Five in this recent development. It talked about in previous instances, Anchorage Digital, a federally chartered cryptocurrency bank, has been contracted by the U.S. Department of Justice to manage seized digital assets. Given its experience and regulatory standing, Anchorage Digital could be a potential candidate to oversee the crypto strategic reserve. That's the first thing that it said. But then I went and got a little more specific, right? And I said, out of those 5 names, 5 cryptos that you gave me, which one owns a custody digital asset company, right? All right, which one of those owns it? And if you know, you know. Well, look what it said. Among the cryptocurrencies mentioned, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano, only XRP, aka Ripple, is directly connected to a company that owns a digital asset custody business. Back in 2023, Ripple acquired Medico, a Swiss-based digital asset custody company, for $250 million. Medico specializes in institutional crypto custody. This acquisition positions Ripple XRP as the only crypto on the list with a direct ownership stake in a regulated custody provider.
That seems to be their crypto PTSD talking. We've been so conditioned for years with short-term zigzagging alongside scary news stories to feel that way. But if you haven't noticed, which you probably have, positive crypto stories are now being presented on the biggest stage possible, almost like truth is coming to light. For example, here's Trump's agenda for the crypto industry, as shown on Fox. As someone who's followed crypto for 7 years, let me tell you, this is freakishly, abnormally bullish news. Like it's beyond bullish and actually marks a major turning point for crypto. And as I'm about to show you, many of these points feel like they're foreshadowing Ripple and XRP. 1. Create a strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. Seeing that sentence still blows my mind. It's incredible to see this in words right beside the President of the United States, and a testament to how far crypto has come. 2. Fire Gary Gensler. The battle against Gary Gensler has basically become synonymous with Ripple. Who else but Ripple led the fight against Gensler? Who else but Ripple was able to raise massive awareness and spark hundreds of thousands of people to expose SEC corruption? And they spent $150 million doing so. 3. Name a presidential advisory council on crypto regulation. This one has Ripple written all over it. I mean, if you recall from my Why Do I Hold XRP video, Ripple has been on all the most prominent crypto advisory councils from the beginning. They have the most knowledge of any crypto company, and as Zach Rector leaked, Garlinghouse liked his tweet saying Ripple actually met with Trump, confirming a Trump meeting has already taken place. Garlinghouse then went on Fox Business just 3 days ago wearing an XRP t-shirt to further explain. By the way, listen to how Liz Klayman opens up this interview.
The blockchain payments company Ripple, which uses XRP to enable transactions, jumped dramatically since election night.
Remember how long we had to deal with FUD that tried to make us believe Ripple doesn't use XRP? Well, how do you explain Garlinghouse wearing an XRP shirt while Liz states Ripple uses XRP then? Point 4. Stop work on a central bank digital currency. This one might seem bad for Ripple at first glance, but remember, Ripple is a global company and Trump's just saying he doesn't want a CBDC in the US. Meanwhile, other countries still do. For example, Ripple is a member of the Digital Pound Foundation headquartered in London, and the Digital Pound is envisioned as a CBDC. Here's the foundation highlighting Ripple's CBDC platform in 2023 with a quote from the president of Palau saying, "Partnering with Ripple to help create our national digital currency is part of our commitment to lead financial innovation and technologies." To emphasize again, Ripple's reach goes beyond the US, and their public momentum seems to be building there as well. This next point brings Ripple back into the US picture. Point 5, foster stablecoins, digital tokens that are pegged to the dollar. So while Trump doesn't want a CBDC, he does want a stablecoin pegged to the dollar. I find this one interesting as Ripple is moments away from officially launching its US dollar pegged stablecoin, Real USD. Coincidence? I think not. Think about it. Just as dollar-backed stablecoins in the US and CBDCs in London are about to go mainstream, the uncertainty surrounding XRP, the ultimate facilitator of these types of tokens, is seemingly about to disappear, right along with crypto's main villain. Almost like the difficulties have disappeared and the obstacles have vanished out of nowhere. Which reminds me of a John Quincy Adams quote shared by the Bear. For so long, many of us, despite being bullish ourselves on the future of crypto adoption, were unsure what could possibly push our parents or even our grandparents into it. Well, it's finally arrived. Trump. Trump, being a world-famous US president, has put positive crypto attention in front of one of the broadest demographics possible for the first time. And that graphic isn't all he plans on doing. Possibly the biggest story of them all, he wants to eliminate capital gains tax on cryptos made in the USA, which includes XRP. And these aren't your average flash-in-the-pan positive news stories. They're much bigger than that. These are momentum starter news stories. Stories that will result in dozens more positive stories that will reach new people and result in actual adoption. I believe this will carry the price higher against our instincts that a big correction back to 70 cents or something is inevitable before another rise in the short term. It feels like that's our crypto PTSD talking. I could be wrong, but it's just what I feel. When these digital assets start actually being used and they go from speculation to real implementation, as they've seemingly just begun doing, I believe we'll see astronomically higher prices than we do today. People don't realize this, but Bitcoin, XRP, and many other chosen cryptos are hard capped and have fixed supplies. This means as they mature and wealthy investors begin accumulating them, the available supply will shrink dramatically because these wealthy investors and institutions won't need to sell like a retail investor would. There will be fierce competition to accumulate an ever-shrinking available supply. And just imagine when governments all start buying them. Think about supply and demand. What happens when you have rapidly increasing demand as the public is finally educated about crypto and an available supply that only shrinks? It leaves the price nowhere to go but parabolic as supply shock sets in. And the price going back over $1 is the ultimate signal for the public to become interested in XRP again. You can show them countless partnerships, world agenda affiliations, and unpromoted presentations to the most powerful groups in the world. But until they actually see the price move, they do not care about anything else. And this is just the beginning of that mainstream coverage. Now that Trump has made his vision clear and the price has gone up on XRP, reporters are going to start coming out of the woodwork to tell this story. And as the price continues rising, it will force everyone in crypto journalism to have an opinion on it. In other words, all eyes on XRP.
Wow. All right. Wow. We talked a little bit about that, but everything, he put it so perfectly in one video. Everything we needed to hear was so perfect in that one video. So I want to talk about a couple of ideas, right? If I were the US government, what would be some things that I would do? Some things I've heard on the internet that I thought was pretty interesting, some points, and I've had some time to sit down and think about it. Well, first things first is this, okay? Ripple, if y'all didn't hear, this was yesterday. Ripple unlocks another 1 billion XRP in their first escrow release after the XRP enters the US Strategic Reserve. So, the United States, you got to realize this. Ripple, out of all of these companies, Bitcoin doesn't have this, Ethereum doesn't have this, Solana doesn't have this. All right, all of these were venture capitally funded companies. They do not have an escrow. Ripple has a escrow locked up of like 55 billion XRP, which today is worth more than $100 billion, right? Do you understand that they could literally, if they wanted to, they could take this escrow and they could hand the keys over to the United States government, right? And the United States government, the Treasury, will be responsible for this. They could take each one of those XRPs, put them onto the Treasury, and they could create RLUSD, enough of it to be able to fuel the world, right? So that's one side of it, right? Do they just give the US government this escrow, right? Number two, second thing I can see happening is what he was talking about. There is a limited supply of all of these tokens. And as not just retail's excited about it, but as institutions and the largest ones in the world get excited about XRP, because you got to remember, if the United States, when the United States figures out how they're going to accumulate this XRP into their strategic reserve, do you understand that every country is going to start looking at XRP as a strategic reserve, right? So now you have every country looking at it. You have every bank, every institution, and then now retail investors now want to start looking at it, but it's going to be too late because they're going to purchase it all, right? The institutions, there's enough money between all these institutions where with the flip of a switch, they could all say, we're going to put in the order on XRP. Everybody gets it right then, and they take the rest of it from all the exchanges, take the rest of it off of the market. That is an option, right? That is an option, okay? That is an option.
Crypto advocate John Deaton. Wow, big U-turn here.
An XRP expert. Let me just throw this at you. The market is down 700 plus points. We have tariff worries. We have debt worries. We have the 10-year acting really weird. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's hovering around 4.5%. Why is Donald Trump spending $1 gazillion on a strategic crypto reserve? It sounds like the dumbest thing in the world.
Well, listen, there's a difference, Liz and Charlie, about a strategic reserve where you take the assets already that the government owns, the 200,000 Bitcoin that they already have on the books and the other cryptos, and say, we're going to hodl that. We're not going to sell it for 20 years, and maybe come up with something like, you want to pay your taxes in Bitcoin or XRP, we'll do that. We'll shed a little bit of that in the strategic reserve. But this concept of buying, using the taxpayer funds,
issuing debt to buy Bitcoin.
Well, yes, Bitcoin and crypto is a hedge on the devaluation of the US dollar. So we don't print more dollars to buy the hedge of the devaluation of the dollars. And so what we need to do is focus on stablecoin legislation.
Why did he go there with this?
Listen, I think a lot of promises were made in crypto. Crypto played a big role in the 2024 election.
Crypto money.
Yes, absolutely. Fair shake.
So he just threw all these crypto guys a bone by saying, we're going to buy your coin and stop the decline and stop the correction. So we're just going to buy it. The federal government stepping in. And
listen, I think it's fair to say that the president and his family are pro-crypto. You're talking about the Trump meme coin. You're talking about World Liberty Financial, where his sons are all involved. President Trump owns, Ethereum. And so
Listen, crypto's here to stay. It's an important development in our financial markets and moving forward. But I think we got to focus on what the market needs. We need a market structure bill. Charlie, the first time you and I talked, you were like, why are we applying 1930s law and 46 case law to modern day blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, automation, robotics, quantum computing? Let's focus on the things we need, like real reform, centralized exchanges. If Coinbase goes bankrupt, do you know that my money goes into Coinbase's creditors? So we need things like that. Consumer protections. Protect those things.
You're an expert at XRP. You helped with the help Ripple defend itself. That's the native coin of Ripple when they brought the case for issuing XRP as an allegedly unregistered security. XRP is one of the cryptos that are going to be in this reserve.
Correct.
Is Donald Trump now going to drop? He has to drop the case, because if he doesn't drop the case, if his SEC brings the case again, his U.S. holdings are going to go down. He's going to hurt himself.
Liz, Charlie, imagine what 4 years difference. The last 30 days of the Trump first term, Jay Clayton, as the SEC chairman on the way out the door, filed this Ripple case. 4 years later, within almost 30 days of the second term of the presidency, now XRP is going to be part of the crypto.
Does that mean he drops it?
He has to drop it. We just had a United States president stamp of approval on XRP, Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana.
If he doesn't drop the XRP case, the American taxpayer is going to get screwed on this.
Well, that's one thing. And listen, if I'm Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse, I've got the leverage now, I would say, in any negotiations in this.
With Mr. Atkins, the incoming SEC chair.
You would think so. It's going to be very hardcore press to say, listen, we want you to pay $125 million. Here's a thought. How about Ripple pays that $125 million fine that Judge Torres issued and start the crypto reserve in XRP?
John, why is crypto selling off on a day like this? People have talked about it as sort of a hedge against who knows what, but it doesn't behave as some people believe it will.
A lot of people try to call it a risk-off asset, but let's be honest, it's a risk-on asset.
It's the most risky asset. What was it down? It was up the other day. How much?
94,000 after this.
And then it came down. Didn't it go down as much as it went up?
Yes, Bitcoin has a history of going down 40%, 50%, 60%, even in these cycles.
In these cycles.
Yes,
and so we're going to put that in a reserve.
Well, XRP's up, at least. Good to see you.
Absolutely. Good
John,
to see
please
you.
come back.
I will. Thank you for having me.
Interesting stuff. John.
All right, so this case is going to be dismissed. It is a matter of time before the case is dismissed. And y'all already know, man, like this is what we have been waiting for a very long time. Each and every single one of us that tune into this show, including myself, I mean, I do this show to stay abreast, right? Like I want to be like, the reason why I started my podcast is because I want to make sure that I have the news, right? And it forces me to stay on top of everything with this crypto space, right? So, John Deaton, one of the litigators, one of the politicians now that, is heavy on the Ripple team. He just came out on Fox Business and sat down with Charles and they had a good conversation there. And I'm really excited about what the future holds and what it looks like. Now, to fast forward a little bit more, Ripple's next move beyond banks and into the future of finance. Monica Long, who is the president, over at Ripple, just dropped a major hint. Ripple is expanding beyond banks, and it's not just about payments anymore, right? So if you ask a lot of people, what is Ripple? Most people will tell you, oh, they deal with banks. But you got to realize Ripple is a internet. It is a IOV company. They deal with the internet of value, right? IOV, the internet of value. So we're talking about value being moved all around the world. This is exactly what XRP is going to be used as a utility project. Take a listen.
What is Ripple in 2025? Because you probably get that a lot, but you do a lot these days. So help me understand, what is Ripple today? What is XRP, the ledger? How does all of this separate?
Yeah, happy to. So you call out, Ripple's a 12-year-old company. So I haven't been there for the entirety of the time, but it is one of the OGs in the crypto blockchain space. I'd say there's been chapters to the story. So very fair to say, in 2025, where are we in the novel? What's been consistent since the very beginning is, and I think that's why this is the reason a lot of us are in this space, is Ripple as a company and team of people, we've always had this foundational belief blockchain is the future financial rail. It's the thing that's going to modernize the financial system and make lots of activity, transactions of many different things a lot more efficient and will spawn new use cases. So I would say Ripple, present day, we are contributing to that industry-wide vision for the future in two ways. One is a set of software that we provide to primarily financial institutions now. I would say it's enterprise ready though, so it could be beyond that in the future. In this set of infrastructure software, it enables them to tokenize, store, move, and exchange value. And so that includes, our primary use case around payments. We can talk more about that. It includes digital asset custody. And then as kind of a oil to the machine stablecoin called Ripple USD. The second way in which we contribute to that future is through our continued work on the open source code base of XRP Ledger. So this is a public blockchain. I believe it was the first alt-chain to Bitcoin. I know Litecoin launched within, I think, a couple weeks of XRP Ledger, so I don't know which one was first, but it was definitely the first alt-chain to launch with a novel consensus mechanism because it didn't use proof of work. And so we continue to contribute code to that blockchain, and then we also, support other developers building on it. So that's through, grants programs and developer toolkits and that kind of thing.
Why don't we?
All right, so you see what's happening, right? A couple of things that she said that they're focused on: stable coins. They're focused on what else, y'all? They're focused on what was it? Stable coins, custody, right? She said we have our custody solution. We just talked about how if the United States, or when they do, and even these other countries that Ripple's partner with through the central banks, when they decide to create their strategic reserves, and XRP is inside of this strategic reserve, this money that the United States is going to be holding, these assets, has to be held by a legal company. Ripple is the only company out there right now in the United States that has all of the money licenses. It has all of the money licenses. It has all of the, it has the New York Fed license, right, for the stable coin. It has everything that we need, right, to be able to be the leading company to work side by side with the Trump administration in the United States. So here's what this means. Tokenized assets are going to bring real world value on chain. Fiat, real estate, and stocks will be at an all-time high on the XRP ledger. Store value will allow for secure custody solutions for institutions. More value will allow for fast, low-cost global transfers, and the exchange of value, right? Instant settlement across networks. So we're talking about store value, movement of value, and exchange of value. Those are the three levels of value that makes up the internet of value. Somebody write that down because you're going to forget it. Store value, movement of value, and the exchange of value is what allows for the internet of value to be at an all-time high. When you have all three of those things, which Ripple does have, you are in a league of your own. Now, I announced this last night in our Discord group. You've probably seen it all over Twitter, and just like James Brown said in that interview, he said, "Night to night you find me." Okay. He said, "Night to night you find me." Okay. That's what I'm talking about, because night to night you'll find me over here in this crypto space. NASDAQ files for a 19B4 with the SEC to list and trade Grayscale Hedera ETF. We have been waiting for this moment. Like Some people talking about they do crypto. Some people say they do crypto. Some people say, but listen, at Coffee and Crypto, we really do it. This is all we do, right? Like, it's one thing to do it, and it's another thing when it's all you do. I eat, breathe, sleep this industry. There is none greater. NASDAQ filed this HBAR filing, y'all. And this makes us, like, I'm telling y'all, people weren't even talking about HBAR. Like, ask your favorite influencer that say they invest in crypto. They were not investing in HBAR before I was telling y'all about HBAR. This is a fact. This is a fact, Jack. You can go back 256 episodes and see in the beginning, Genesis, we talked about this technology, right? We have been talking about HBAR for so long. And now we're beyond HBAR, but we've moved on to other projects. And today I want to share a project with y'all because y'all already know how I like to do it. All right. Y'all already know, man. Tell me, hey, say, Vincent, show me a project. I got you. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you. But before that, I got another video for y'all real quick. Enjoy.
On the SWIFT system, I'm curious, when the United States government and Western allies kind of said we were going to use the SWIFT system to provide some penalties to Russia, is there a concern that you might have at SWIFT that maybe Russia, China, a few other countries, Iran, might say, let's form our own SWIFT system. We don't need the West SWIFT system. We'll have our own. And is that a realistic concern you have or not really?
So going back to 3 years ago, indeed, when SWIFT was some understatement, probably more in the spotlight more than we've ever been before. I can tell you that I think by now everybody knows what SWIFT is. After those events, I can tell you that my kids now know what I do. But going back to your point, I think two angles to it. One is that as any action, there's a reaction, and while we have to comply with those decisions, of course, being subject to the EU law, there was a paper actually released this morning by the WEF that explains pretty well what one of these reactions is, or actually the rising risk of financial fragmentation that can occur linked to some of these decisions. So to your question about the alternatives, so maybe a step back about the SWIFT system, the SWIFT ecosystem. So SWIFT today connects essentially 11,500 institutions across 200 countries, 4 billion accounts in 150 currencies, essentially carrying the GDP of the world every 2 to 3 days. So that's what SWIFT is. But it's important to note that there are a multiplicity of systems that are interconnected to SWIFT. Domestic market infrastructures, payment systems, regional groupings, multi-regional. So these have always existed and will continue to exist, like you were mentioning. But what is important is to make sure that at the end we're embracing a future where there's going to be more ways to move value, not fewer. People will demand more choices, not less. And that's why it is essential to continue to act on this interoperability, regardless of the platform, form of value, or technology.
So in any given day, how much money are you moving around the world? Is it
roughly 20 trillion a day?
How much?
20 trillion. 20
trillion a day. Okay. So if I had computer skills, which I don't, and I knew how to do hacking, which I don't, why would I not want to be able to figure out how to hack the SWIFT system? Because you got $20 trillion moving around the world. You could hack in there. Maybe some of that could come to me. So is that something I'm worried about?
Well, like any infrastructure, there are two paramount objectives that we have in terms of running a systemically critical infrastructure. One is to secure our platform, our infrastructure, which I can tell you is pretty much the top priority, not only for SWIFT, but companies like MasterCard, Visa, and market infrastructure around the world. But it's also around securing the endpoints in that infrastructure. So you may have followed years ago, 9 years ago now, there were a particular incident that involved an infrastructure from one of the users of SWIFT that was compromised, and that triggered a whole host of investments, not just on the platform itself, but the endpoint security. And we're at the point now where SWIFT and many of the infrastructures presented this week, there is not just a prevention method to protect these platforms, but also a detection method linked to leveraging AI technologies and so forth to detect, protect, and prevent these issues from happening.
Okay. So when MasterCard or your competitors.
All right. So SWIFT moves the world's GDP every 2 to 3 days, y'all. So the entire world GDP, SWIFT moves it every 2 to 3 days, handling trillions in financial messages. Now it's integrating blockchain like Chainlink is providing secure on-chain real-world data, while HBAR brings efficiency and security to SWIFT's infrastructure. And we've covered this with all the projects that they are securing. Now, here's the project I wanted to bring to you all's attention. I've seen this project on the Paul Barron show. And for the ones that don't check it out, I felt like it was a good opportunity for us to end the show talking about this one, okay? So go ahead and drop some coffee real quick. I need everybody to drop me some coffee because we're about to be done with this show, and then we'll start our Q&A. But here's the thing, okay? What have we seen since January? I have a question for y'all. Right now in the world, what is one of the most scariest leisures that we've been doing for years that people don't feel comfortable doing right now? This is a quick little it's a riddle. All right, it's a riddle. Riddle me this or guess this, right? But thank you, Mom. Flying. My mom got it off rip. Flying, okay? People don't want to fly. People are afraid to get into airplanes. Why? Because of the security, because Donald Trump got rid of an entire force. But then it dawned on me. It dawned on me, y'all. When I saw this, it dawned on me that maybe this is why. I hope y'all enjoyed this end of this show as much as I did when I discovered this thought. There's a company building on Hedera called Neuron. Neuron is building off of the success of their pioneering drone tracking network to lead a transformation of service management with their decentralized service network infrastructure. Their Web3 powered approach bypasses centralized control, directly connecting service providers and consumers. By leveraging DLT and smart contracts, Neuron fosters a secure and transparent ecosystem. Now, what did the CEO say? He said, by building on a secure, scalable platform like Hedera, we can bypass the time and resources required to develop a layer 1 network ourselves, right? So I told y'all the reason why you become a layer 2 is because you don't have the time or you don't have the interest. Or as they say, if the shoe fits Cinderella, why change it? So this allows us to focus our efforts on what truly matters. Creating a revolutionary decentralized service network that empowers businesses and consumers alike. So let's talk about it. The traditional service landscape is dominated by centralized platforms that act as intermediaries between service providers and consumers. These platforms, like those used by familiar names such as Uber, Bolt, and DoorDash, while offering undeniable ease, are riddled with inefficiencies that squeeze both users and providers at the other end of a transaction. They also take a significant cut from these transactions, limiting both innovation and impacting the customer experience. Neuron is changing all of this. Thanks to the success of their pioneering decentralized drone tracking network, the team at Neuron have greatly expanded their capabilities and are offering a decentralized service network. Okay, boom, boom, boom. We read all this before. Let's go down. Okay. Their DSN infrastructure holds the potential to transform a wide range of use cases, including how we experience services like food delivery, video streaming, and even environmental monitoring. By decentralizing the service management process, Neuron aims to create a more efficient, cost-effective, and user-centric service ecosystem, says Neuron CEO. We believe the future of service lies in decentralization. Okay. Now let's go over to their website. Okay. Let's go over to their website. So it says built on the edge, right? It says the gateway to DePIN and AI resources. Okay. What are some of the things they're looking at? Sensor networks. So remember, sensor networks, AI agent networks, IT resource networks, gig worker networks. Okay. Let's talk about it. Okay. Let's move down here because there is a company that's building on them, and we're going to get into this one, but it's called 4D Sky. All right, we're going to talk about this here in a second. But who is their partners, right? I want to scroll through here so y'all can see who their partners was, okay? And as you can see right here, the one we were looking for, Hedera. Directly on this company, Neuron's website, you have Hedera. They also announced a $3.5 million seed round to build the next layer of DePIN. I told y'all, DePIN, Decentralized Physical Infrastructural Networks, and if y'all have not gotten my DePIN Masterclass, you should message me right now for my DePIN Masterclass. You should. If you have not gotten that DePIN Masterclass, you should be texting me right now for this DePIN Masterclass so you can just learn more about it, right? Okay. But I want to go over to this company, 4D Sky, real quick, and I want to show y'all what this does. It's a low altitude flight tracking for drones, safety integrating the next generation of autonomous aircrafts. So the thing is, why use pilots if we can use autonomous aircrafts to just fly around by themselves and get people from point A to point B? This is the technologies that's coming. 4D Sky mission is to provide the most trusted flight tracking services in the world. Can somebody say wow backwards? Because this is absolutely insane, y'all. I'm serious. Y'all got to see what's going on here. Think about it. They are going to be relied upon to keep drones, aircrafts, and their parcels and passengers safe. Wow. This is the world's first 3D sensor coverage model, right? SDSP, integrate flight data directly into your software application with self-hosted options available. Okay. And as you can see, the safety and the security of 4D Sky is secured by Hedera, right? This is absolutely incredible, y'all. And as you can see, you can get into the DePIN space by going and buying one of these sensors from Neuron World. If you guys want to go and actually start earning the tokens and the rewards over here, you can get one of these sensors and probably put it at the top of your home, just like you would do with a play like Helium Mobile or something like that, right? So just wanted to show you all that these are real deal solutions that are happening each and every single day. And yet another one we've been able to discover together here at Coffee and Crypto for the Sky. And it's amazing to see how even that solution is powered by Hedera Hashgraph. I want to open up the line to anybody that has one thing you like, learned, or love. Go ahead and raise those hands up fast, because remember, okay, success loves speed, okay? And you want to be fast. You want to be first, okay? You want to be first. Now, for all the people that are just now visiting and it's your first time catching our show, I want to let you all know that we have a Discord group. Okay, you can join our Discord group today. Okay, for $100. Well, it's actually $97. $97 a month. You can join our Discord group and you can learn with us each and every single day. We have about 7 calls a week scheduled right now. Okay, and a lot more stuff being added over this 2025 year. We are completely locked in when I tell y'all that we've been able to create together one of the dopest communities in the crypto space that's active, that's in there really helping each other. When people ask questions, somebody's there to respond. I love the energy. I remember when the energy was not like this in my Discord group, and now it is up and it is stuck. With that being said, make sure you guys join my Discord group. You can click the link in my bio right now. And if you want access to our DPIN course, text me, and I'll give you a discount. All right. I just believe, like, I don't really even care about a lot of stuff, y'all. Like, I just want people to be successful. Yeah, I sell this stuff because this is my job, and I got to make a living, right? You go to work, you work your job, or you have a business. This is my business, right? And the only way that my bills can stay on, and the only way, just like anybody, right, is through making sales. So every sale really does support this channel. As an independent contractor, it really does support me being able to continue this vision of studying daily to make sure that I can bring you all the latest and greatest, so you can have the best knowledge possible in the crypto space. Everything helps. So I really am grateful, y'all. Like you have no idea. Y'all really be supporting me, holding me down, and I'm grateful for that. Okay. The DPIN course, I will give you a discount. I'm not going to say what the discount is. Just hit me up and I'll give you a discount. I'll give you an offer that you can't deny. Let's put it that way. I'm going to give you an offer that you can't deny. The number that you're going to text me at for the DPIN course is going to be 678-460-6504. Again, that number is 678-460-6504. And you can text me the word DPIN, and I'm going to communicate with you today. And I'm gonna let you know what the discount will look like, and you'll be able to take full advantage of that. Again, 678-460-6504. And the DPIN masterclass is actually going to help you set up multiple DPIN projects. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. So it's going to help you set up multiple DPIN projects, from Helium Mobile to Grass to a bunch of different things that we talked about. And it gives you a new perspective on how to look at this space and how to actually start researching it. So make sure you guys text me at 678-460-6504, the word DPIN, and I'm going to give you a deal that you cannot say no to. Let's go. Hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate that message. Appreciate that message.
I wanted to say, you asked the question you was talking about, does your favorite content creator talk about HBAR? And I was like, yeah, but it's only because it was you, bro. So I was like, man, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know about the HBAR. And then I wanted to say one more thing about your master classes. I've actually bought one of his master classes, and I felt like every dollar that I spent was worth it. I bought the HBAR master class, ironically, because we're talking about HBAR again. And I got everything that I needed from it to this day. I'm actually learning how to stake, some HBAR, and I appreciate it. But just a great show, because, as you were talking, it was like, I don't know. What's interesting about your shows, when I be like listening, it's be music playing in my background. And, sometimes it be like some upbeat stuff, and it feel like we in a basketball game and it's the final quarter. And then now it's just like Bob Marley saying everything's gonna be all right. It's playing as you were talking today, man. So I just want to say, keep going, bro.
You're very welcome, brother. You were, and I appreciate you coming up and talking about the HBAR. I appreciate you coming up and talking about the HBAR class, because, yeah, man, I put my all into these master classes. Like, the passion that y'all see on this show does not lack on those master classes. It does not lack on the boot camp. I come with the passion. I have a purpose, and I'm here to deliver it. Billy, go ahead, brother. Feel free to unmute. What was one thing you learned to love, or what you got to say, big dog?
Yep. Good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
gonna tell you what, this HBAR thing, I was actually talking about music. It's funny how we always come to some kind of music in our minds. Those little silly songs we've been singing all those months and clowning around. But this clowning time, man, this HBAR thing, golly, it's just amazing how much in the last week that I mean, we brought it up. You brought it up time and time again. But it's like it's kind of like when you see your grandchild months later and now they're talking. It's like they're growing up every day, and people are building projects on this thing every day. But now they're starting to talk, and when they're walking and they're talking, then things are created. It's we were talking last night about a different project, and this morning we learned about something new that I never heard of. So things are happening, and we're invested in other things, and that's interesting, right? I mean, we're singing other songs, we got other tunes in our head, right, Zatrick? But at the same time, man, it's just like um, it's like bringing all your favorite artists together and having a smorgasbord. I don't know if y'all are old enough to know what a smorgasbord is, but when you have a smorgasbord, man, it's like the buffet of crypto. There's a lot of good activity, and uh, you can learn about crypto now and learn about a few things like Bitcoin. People know about Bitcoin, but look at all these other projects, all these second layers. I mean, third layers. It's like your babies are making babies. Things are coming, man. Um, I saw a documentary last night, something that's new on TV, and there was a bunch of ants eating a grasshopper. Man, it was on. I mean, once you get on a project, it's on. And diamond hands, watching this price go up and down, what to do. I sold 5 XRP a little while ago. I already feel bad about it. It's like, and it could be 500 XRP I just sold. By the end of the day, they could be 500 XRP.
Yeah.
But I've been living off I've been living. What I say by living, if I get a little short somewhere, I'll just pull some off and turn it back into what they call money. Isn't it crazy?
Mhm.
Hey man, people always ask that question, but man, can you turn it back into money?
I heard that question.
No, because it is money, baby. You don't have to turn it back into money. It is money. Craziness. Good show.
Thank you, Billy. Appreciate y'all's patience today, man. It was a great show. Hey, devil tried to get me, but we still prevail.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's up, John?
Today was an amazing show.
Thank you, sir.
Very amazing. We talked about reserves. Honestly, over here at the Coffee and Crypto Network, we pretty much got our own content reserve. We got millions and millions and billions of dollars of information in the Discord. And I'm not just saying that because me and Vincent are business partners or we know each other. I'm honestly stating how I really feel from my heart. There's value here over here at the Coffee and Crypto Network, from our master classes to our boot camp to our books. So please consider coming over if you're not already in, and come and grow with us, grow with our network. We have an awesome team of blockchain strategists, and we're here to help. One thing I liked today about the show, man, was how much money is being ran through. 22 trillion, 20-something trillion a day. that's a lot of money. So I mean that's one platform. The thing about the other platforms combined together, you know, around the world, that's generating capital and moving money. We're in a great space right now. We're early. I mean, I don't care what nobody tells you. No one does it like the Coffee and Crypto Show. You can go and get 19 keys. You can go and get Tall Guy Tycoon. You can go and get Earn Your Leisure. We've 200 plus hours, 250 plus hours in before these guys even started making content about crypto. So you heard it here first, and we have a good product, and we stand behind that product. I can honestly say that it's been a very lucrative road here over these last 5 to 6 years in this space. Before I met Vincent Owens, I was pretty deep in it. Well, I was knee deep in it until I met Vincent, and when I got with him, he just helped me button up everything on the back end, and everything's coming together, and I'm up in profit. I can honestly say that I appreciate him, and I appreciate his service and his research, because I consider myself a research king too, but two is better than one. And the more that comes to the group, the more information can be shared, and the more value can be provided, and the more opportunity can be introduced to the ones that want to grow and make a difference in their lifestyle. Thank you.
Appreciate that, John. Thank you so much. Sheesh. All right, well, I'm gonna take us out of here with a Hedera hash graph exclusive. Y'all know I just keep on dropping bangers. I don't even know how to just end the call. I'm gonna take us back. We got a Hedera hash graph exclusive coming live to you from Snoop Dogg. I hope y'all enjoy. We're gonna get up out of here.
Came in the door. I said it before. Never fuck with Spotify anymore. Only on tune.fm. Big Snoop Dogg. I'm coming to you live and direct, baby. Check me out. I'm gonna drop something right about now. This is the tune.fm exclusive. Up all night, boys. Seatbelts on. Y'all tucked in? Ready for liftoff. On the spaceship, yeah, I'm your pilot. Killers move with silence, but violence roll with me. On the spaceship, yep, I'm your pilot. Killers move with silence, but violence roll with me.
I'll see y'all soon. I'll see y'all on Thursday.
Rock away, what it is, what it do, what you got to say. Give a shout out to my homies that's locked away, and show my people how to do it the proper way. Diversify, intensify, open up your third eye. The utmost, up close, hitting with the bird's eye. Oh, pow, wow, wow, make a nigga bow down. Who else can on your motherfucking guy?